Hi everyone, this is Bill Cantor with Complete Estate and Retirement Planning in Skokie, Illinois. I'm an attorney and financial planner, and today we're going to discuss tax-free retirement, how to make sure that when you retire, all of your money is tax-free. It's not subject to any tax increases or any taxes at all because it's all grown and it's all been can distribute tax-free. So first, to understand that a person has two pots of money, the taxable and the tax-free account or pot. In the taxable pot of money, you have your stocks and bonds, your mutual funds, your real estate, and when you sell those, you have capital gains taxes. And then, on the other hand, the other side, you have your income, like your W-2 income, your salary, 1099, your investment income, CDs income, which is subject to income tax, and your tax qualified plans like your IRAs, 401ks, tax deferred annuities, which grows tax-free, but when you take them out, they're subject to income tax as well. And if income tax goes up a lot, it just depletes what's in your account that much faster because you're paying taxes when you take them out. Whereas the tax-free account, there's only three things in the tax-free pot of money: municipal bonds, which are tax-free, but the rate's usually pretty low, and it's subject to market risk. If the municipality is downgraded by the rating agencies, you can lose a lot of value in municipal bonds. Roth IRAs, which are great ways to put money away tax-free for retirement, but you can usually only put in $5,000 or $6,000 into a Roth IRA. You can convert your Roth IRA, traditional IRA, to a Roth, but then you have to pay income tax on the conversion amount, and that's usually a lot of money. And then there's life insurance, which not only is the death benefit tax-free, but the cash value in life insurance grows tax-free and is distributed tax-free. So given this, my question to you is, which pot would you like to have your money in when you retire? I believe everybody would like to have taken their money from the taxable to the tax-free when you retire. And that's what we're going to talk about today, how to do that, how to get all your retirement income tax-free so you don't have to pay any taxes on it. Tax rates may be going up very high. This is the top U.S. tax rates since 1913. You see that in 1944, the highest rate we had was 94%. And the average rate of all these numbers since 1913, the average highest tax rate has been 61%, and the current tax rate is 35%. So you see tax rates are at the low end of the spectrum, given what they've been over the historical picture. You also see these red lightning bolts are tax rates after a war. After every war, this is after World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, the Gulf War, you see tax rates always jump up. And we haven't paid for two wars yet, Iraq and Afghanistan, and the bailout and the stimulus package. So this has all prompted David Walker, who was the former Comptroller General of the United States and head of the Government Accountability Office, to say that unless we begin to get our fiscal house in order, there's simply no other way to handle our ever-mounting debt burdens except by doubling taxes over time. So I don't know if taxes are going to double over time, like Mr. Walker says, but I know they very likely will go up. This is already the tax rate set to go up in 2013. If you remember, these were supposed to go up in 2011. They extended them for 2 years, but all these brackets are going up. 25% is going to 28. Here's 35% is going to 39.6. In Illinois here, we have tremendous state taxes that are going up as well. Capital gains taxes are going up. So it's important to get your accounts tax-free if possible. And given that tax rates are going up so much, my questions to you are as follows. What tax bracket will you be in when you retire? Do you know? Most of us do not know what tax bracket will be when we retire. What deductions will you have when you retire? Typically, mortgage deduction, child deductions you don't have when you retire, so it doesn't take away some of the tax burden like a deductions would take away. So what's your exit strategy? What's the cost to get your money out? Do you know how much it's going to cost to get your money out when you retire? And if you don't, is that the best place for your retirement money? Do you understand that what's important is not the amount of money you save for retirement, but rather where you save it? Saving money in a tax-free account is much better than saving it in a taxable account. Even if you maybe earn a good rate, to lose 30 or 40, 50% of it to the tax man is not very wise. Would it interest you to know how to get the money out of your qualified plans, your IRAs, 401ks, and not have to pay taxes on the distributions? We can do that with the vehicles we're going to discuss today. And if I show you a totally tax-free vehicle with liquidity and your principal is guaranteed, what interest rate would you need to move your money into that account? We're going to discuss a tax-free vehicle that is principal guaranteed at a very fine interest rate for your retirement. The vehicle we're going to use is IUL, Index Universal Life, which I believe is the greatest tax-free wealth accumulation vehicle for your financial security and for your retirement. This vehicle, this policy has a number of great qualities to them. It's extremely safe. We use A+ or AA rated companies. The growth in the account is tax-free, kind of like an IRA. The distributions, when you take them out, is tax-free. Unlike a traditional IRA, more like a Roth, it's tax-free. The gross tax-free, distributed tax-free. Like a Roth, there's no required minimum distributions at 70.5. You get a better than market rate, as we will illustrate in a moment. The principal or the gain is guaranteed. Once you gain, you can't lose any money in these accounts. It's creditor proof. High contribution limits. Unlike a Roth IRA, you can put in as much as you want. A Roth, as I said before, you can only put in $5,000 or $6,000 a year. At these accounts, you can put in $5,000 or $6,000 or $10,000, $50,000, $100,000, $1 million, whatever you want. As long as you structure it properly, you can put in as much as you want to grow tax-free and distribute tax-free. It's liquid. You have access to your capital at any time. You can use it as collateral. It's the estate tax-free when you pass away. It's probate-free, so you don't have to put it in a trust. You can get a rider to give you more long-term care if you don't have long-term care insurance. It can convert IRA money to Roth type accounts. If you take IRA money or 401k money and put it in these accounts, you can, at no cost, if you structure it properly, convert that money to tax-free money. It has a death benefit 2 to 4 times what you put into it. Best of all, it has a better than market rate. Its 26-year average return is 9.19%. In the last 12 years, it's returned 7.24%, even in this market. And the principal or gain is guaranteed with a 0% floor, so you can never lose money. You can never get less than 0%, no matter what the market does. And you have a 15% cap. Now, the most you can make is 15%. So at this point, you're probably looking at this and saying, what's the catch? It's tax-free growth, tax-free distribution, 9% growth, 7% the last 12 years. So there's no catch. There's just some things to be aware of. Number one, the cap is only 15%. So if the market goes up higher than that, you only get up to the cap. The contributions are not tax deductible like an IRA. And someone has to qualify because it is life insurance. It's a specific type of life insurance called Index Universal Life, which is the greatest tax-free wealth accumulation vehicle. It's life insurance that emphasizes the tax-free cash accumulation and tax-free distributions inside the life insurance policy, and not the death benefit. It doesn't build up a lot of death benefit. It builds up the cash instead, because sections 101, 7702, and 72E of the IRS code says that cash value of life insurance is also tax-free, like the death benefit. And these laws made in 82, TEFRA, DEFRA, and TAMRA, specifically speak to how quickly you can put money into a life insurance policy. Keep it tax-free and keep it a life insurance policy so that the growth is and the distributions are tax-free. And that's the goal over here, is to put as much money in as you can and keep it tax-free. This is what these accounts have done over the last 26 years. You see when the market's gone up in 85, 86, 87, they went up over 15%. You get the 15% cap. But when the market goes down 7% here in 88, you get a 0. When the market goes down here in 2001, 2002, 2003, you earn 0, but you don't lose anything. Meantime, when the market goes up in all these years, 17, 25, you make 15, you make up to the cap. So the 26-year average return on these accounts have been 9.19%. And of course, all that, as I said before, is tax-free because it's in a life insurance policy. This is another way to look at this, and that is comparing a $100,000 investment in the S&P to $100,000 put into the IUL, the Index Universal Life, with a 0% floor and a 15% cap. So you see the first year when the market went up in 1999, market went up 19.50%. You made $19,000 in your S&P fund and only 15 in the IUL, 115,000. But then when the market goes down, down, down in these years, and your S&P fund goes down, your IUL, which is not in the market, it's just tied to the rate, but you have a 0% floor, you can't lose. And then when the market crashes again in 08, between 08 and 09, went down 38%, your market fund lost a lot of money. Your IUL didn't lose anything. So after 12 years, the market would have returned 0.19 or 102 from your 100,000 investment. Your IUL would have returned 226,000 from your 100,000, or 7.24%. And of course, all that, as we said before, is tax-free, growing and tax-free when it distributes. If you want more information about how it would work for you, a 7 to 9% tax-free account, please call me at 847-674-6470 or email me at bill@completeerp.com. I'll be happy to discuss it with you further, run an illustration for you, and see how this could work for your accounts. Thanks.